Yo, guys, so you already know that today we are back playing some more Raging Loop. On the last time, I think we met a lot of the other people from the village that are important, and did some other things. I think we are trying to fix our motorcycle right now so we can get out of here. I'm sure it's going to go well. I had gotten a comment. I wanted to just address, this about potentially either turning the voices on or turning voices on at in some instances. And I was looking at some of the sound options for what I could possibly do, and I have all the characters muted right now, but I can individually put some voices up, and as I was looking down, there is something down here for others, and so this would be everybody that isn't a main character, so people that aren't going to be talking a lot, I assume, because the comment made a mention about things like singing or weird things like that, and I wonder if that would be classified into others. And so I'm wondering if I turn this up, maybe I can listen to certain voice lines that I'm not just gonna be talking over all the time. So I don't know if that's a good thing or if that's a good happy middle ground. I'm not going to turn on voices for everybody because I'm just going to be talking over and reading, but I've been told that some voices might be worth listening to. So if there's a specific character, maybe we can do a character centric. But I think I might just put others to hide just in case there's anything unique that happens there. The other thing that I think was brought up that I did try is you can you go to the log and see what was said, and there is a little audio thing here. However, if I click it and try to play it, it doesn't actually play, probably because the character is muted. So if I wanted to go back and hear a voice line that was said, I do need to probably turn their voice on, and then maybe I can hear it from the log. I'm not entirely sure. So that's my happy middle ground for right now. But if there's anybody that has any other input in terms of character voices, volumes, things like that, feel free to let me know, and I'll see what I can do. But either way, let's go ahead and make some more progress today. So we have sure I'm not bothering you. I feel down with anyone to talk to. Just keep chatting with me. It helps. The instructions that came with the repair kit told me that my bike's tires were a rather difficult type to repair. Apparently I had to remove the tires, but where did I even start with that? I would already give up at that point. No thanks. Well, as long as I didn't break it, nothing I did could be worse than having to call road service down here, so I just tried taking it apart. But as I removed whatever nuts I could, I made the situation even worse than it was. I feel like what you should do is you should call road service to right outside the village, and just roll your bike to a spot somewhere. Maybe it's not that feasible, but that would be, I think, the best solution here. But of course he's not going to do that. Yeah, this really wasn't a job for an amateur. You seem to be having a rough time. You can eat this too, Chimmy-chan. Wow, thank you. Wow, this looks serious. Man, machines are just no good. Hey, the benefits of culture are great as long as they don't break. Munch munch. I think you can fix it before sundown? That might be hard. Don't worry though, worst comes to worst, I'll do something. Munch munch. I really appreciate how she handled the visitors in my stead. Hey, Chiane, is it hard to get a bike license? I don't know. I know that scooter licenses are easy. I have one myself. Munch munch. Mid-sized bike licenses are pretty hard to get. You even need to take a course, just like with cars. You like bikes? The hell? What's the matter to you? How much was that anyway? 800,000 yen, brand new. Holy shit, what the hell? That's way too high. You an idiot or what? How'd you get that much? I stole it. No, I'm just kidding. Part-time jobs and all that. And you got it into an accident. Poor Haruaki-san, munch munch. Chimmy-sensei, if I may ask, what happened to my share of the food? Oh no, I ate it all. Poor Haruaki-san. I didn't want sympathy from the one responsible. As I told her off for not leaving me any food, I somehow removed the tires. I can only hope I'd be able to fix this up. I'd had this thing for less than a month, but the trouble it was putting me through made it feel somewhat dear to me. I wanted to fire it up again and make it go as fast as it could. Suddenly I heard an engine. I felt like it was mocking me. Hold on, an engine here? Ooh. I stopped working and turned around to see an unfamiliar van drive into the plaza. Finding the classic-looking piece of junk in Nosato's garage, this was the first time I'd seen a car here. As far as I knew, no one living here actually owned a running car, so... Those are the journalists I told you about. I knew it. Once the van stopped, the lady stepped out of it. They have a running, working van? Give me a ride out of here. Hello? Oh, she's pretty. Hello? I'll be bothering you again today. Your new face. Hello, my name's Haruaki. Bike crash. What? Don't be so hard on yourself. Crap, that was in time for an inside joke. I quickly introduced myself properly. I crashed not too far away, so I'm stuck here for the time being. I see, so you're a student. Sorry about the trouble you're going through. Oh, and this is me. Gwen gave me her business card. Hisako Mamiya, a freelance writer. Her pen name was Kyuko Hosei. Have you ever read Kyuko Hosei's articles? Sorry. Figured. I'm not a big name yet, and the magazines I do get printed in are marketed for housewives and the elderly. That's a pretty intense competition. What do you write anyway? Food reviews. I specialize in unusual dishes. Ooh. Like the foulest smelling canned food in the world or something? Yep, well, your usual brand of weirdness doesn't attract much attention these days, so I'm looking for minor culinary oddities local to Japan. Anyway, if you know any weird dishes from your hometown, do tell me. I'd travel the length of Japan to give it a try. A student from the lab I frequented once made pork miso soup with a mushroom he found on campus. We had mass hallucinations and no flashes of brilliance or poisons, please. As we chatted, I became curious. By the way, weren't there two of you? Yes, I'm here with a partner. He just needs some time to... Oh, there he is. I looked at the van and became completely awestruck. It felt like the van had shed skin or something. That made no sense, but seriously, how did this fit in there? Oh gosh! He was gargantuan. Takumi-san was something, but this man was on the level of a foreign heavyweight wrestler. Though, unlike Takumi-san, this man was primarily fat rather than muscle. As he walked out of the driver's seat, the van shook wildly. Yudai Hashimoto-san, a photographer, he's way more famous than me. He works in all sorts of fields. I imagine you've seen some of his photos without even knowing it. I didn't know much about photography, but I was definitely convinced. There was a certain kind of authority, or gravity around him. He wasn't saying a word, and I couldn't tell what he was thinking. Nice to meet you, I'm Haruaki Fusaishi. Was he even alive? Hello? After a strange pause, he slowly bowed, like the moving mountain he was, and greeted me with a voice like a titan. He seemed somewhat difficult to interact with. This is your last day here, isn't it? Yes, Oribe-san, said she'd let me try her prized, Shishnari? I don't know. I don't know if an outsider can handle it. Yeah, I have my stomach medicine. I'm sure I'll be fine. I kind of have a guess. I'm sure, like, they might be the first two to die, I wonder. Because they can't just present us with a working vehicle and then, like, let us get out of here. There has to be a story. So there has to be a reason that the van can't get out of here. And I wonder if it's because the owners of said vehicle die. Interesting. Interesting theory that I have. And so, Mamiyashi and Hashimoto-shi walked off into the dining hall. Who would have thought that such a beauty was a delicacy hunter? I had to admit that gap was kind of charming. As intrigued as I was, I couldn't waste any more time. I had to fix my bike already. Whoa! A lot of things had surprised me here in Yasumizu, but nothing as much as this. Hello? No reaction? At first glance, he looked like a poor man too senile to think and perceive properly. You need something from me? I made sure to speak as clearly as possible. Dude, every time that the music cuts out, I just get so scared, like something bad's gonna happen. It didn't look like he understood. I figured it was best to just ignore him and resume the repairs, but... Coming? I looked at him again. He was still just standing there like his soul and brain had left his body. A vacant stare, yellowed eyes, half-open mouth covered in saliva. Coming? He spoke again. Maybe he's just trying to recite a movie trailer and he's going to be like, coming soon to a theater near you, you know? Maybe that's all he's trying to do. What's coming? What? His voice was too hoarse to make out. Come again? I placed my hand against... I placed my hand against my ear. Oh gosh, don't get so close like that. He finally understood what I wanted and prepared to whisper something. I brought my ear closer and... Ah! The wolf is coming! Oh, the werewolf. The wolf among us? The sudden shout caught me completely off guard and made me fall to the ground. He looked down at me laughing. He clapped and opened his half-toothless mouth into a wide smile. The wolf is coming! The wolf is coming! Hee 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 hee! He bent his body in a weird way, laughed like he was convulsing, turned around, and just left. Haruaki-san, oh, I'm too late. Chimmy had joined the journalists and only just came back. Hold on. I do wanna look. I was like, the sound options did change. It isn't overridden by the fact that I said, like, mute all of them, right? Okay. I was like, I don't know if that old man counts as another, but I feel like he should. But who knows? I probably could have looked to see if he was on that little thing. Let me look. Maybe it just doesn't work properly, but maybe that old man is. Nah. Oh yeah, no. Okay. Oh, that was so weird. Okay, so he does count as a character. All right. Late for what? Gramps over there loves messing around with strangers like that. Wait, that's your grandpa? No. I don't even know his name. He's been in Yasumizu forever, and he's always like that. Felt like he was. Wow, it felt less like he was just messing around here, more like he's a bit touched. Yep, everyone calls him the old man who cried wolf. Named after the boy who cried wolf, I assume. Doesn't work as well, though. Wolves, eh? far as I knew, there were no wild wolves in Japan. There used to be, but after the last sighting in either the Meiji or Showa era, they've been considered extinct here. Modern Japan's image of wolves came from Western fairy tales and the like. It wasn't linked to anything in our culture or life. Even the boy who cried wolf was a Western tale. Did his brand of insanity make him repeat the tale or something? At some point, he's not going to be crazy, and there is going to be like a wolf or a wolf variant that shows up. I'm sure of it. A bit weirded out by the circumstances, I went back to repairing my bike. Ooh, look at that nice blue sky. After a bit more time, I somehow took off the rubber from the tires and removed the tubes. Both tires were pierced by some really rusty nails. Oh fuck, this kind of stuff only happened at the worst of times. Then I applied the patches and filled them with air using a manual pump. I wet the tubes, there were no bubbles, meaning no air was leaving them. Things were looking good. After the high schoolers came back from school and passed by, no one else stopped to talk. Jimmy was looking a bit bored now. I think I got it. Seriously? But it all seems so hopeless. Well, sorry, though I still need to rebuild this. That's going to be a lot of work. And you'll be able to leave then? Yeah, believe me. I know I shouldn't stay here long. I can take a hint. That's great. She didn't seem to care that much. Guess I had no choice, no chance with her, huh? You've been at this for hours. How you holding up? Need a break? Well, I'd be better if a certain someone didn't take away my lunch break. Hey, I gave you some crackers, didn't I? Like that was enough to say to a guy in his mid-20s. Still, I'm pretty fine. I'll push forward a bit more. You can go if you want. I've been introduced to just about everyone here. There's two people you haven't met yet. Really? There's no real need to, right? I'll stay around a bit longer. I came back here because I was bored, and it's not like I'm busy. Couldn't you play around with your 52 guy friends? I take it back. I came back because I wanted to be bored. Living in the city is so annoying and tiring, especially with 52 guys texting you all the time. Oh. Sorry, I lied about the 52 guys. Why? Because I wanted to keep you in check, I guess? Why'd she pull a tactic like that only to reveal her hand? Hey, did you really get dumped by your girlfriend? And now she asked me that. I did, honest. I see. Well, after that relentless assault, it wouldn't be fair unless I played my own card. Wanna come with? Huh? Is it two-seater? Yeah, there's even an extra helmet. It's not dry yet, though. Obviously leaving soon, so unless you have something planned, you can join me. We could even go on a bike tour. If we have enough time, I can take you anywhere. Flexible, open to fine-tuning, wild and charming. This is a good date invitation, if I said so myself. That sounds great, and I have no plans. Oh? I'll go get my stuff then. Jimmy smiled and turned around to head to her place. Then looked back at me and... You should hurry before I change my mind. Yeah, sure. Well, that made me motivated. This is one tiring trip, but at least I met someone good along the way. I just forget everything I didn't want to remember while on the road with her. I can only hope that clever girl and I would eventually grow closer. I wonder if there's something up with her specifically. I thought there was just something up with the town, but maybe she's bad. Whether it's her or like an alternate personality or a demon that possesses her, like who knows. I'm just thinking of like as many possibilities as I can and like what the worst ones would be. With that ulterior motive in mind, I resumed rebuilding the bike. I wonder if we're going to get to a chance where maybe we actually can start leaving, but then something's going to prevent us from actually leaving, or we're going to have to turn back. But also just autosave, so now I'm scared that something's about to happen. After several failed attempts, I was finally making some good progress, putting the bike back together. Afternoon had passed, and it was almost evening. At the rate I was going, I'd definitely be working while it was dark. Would that even be possible? It might be way past midnight by the time I was done. Jimmy might dump me for that. Man, life sure was hard. The plaza I'd worked in was totally now empty. There was no one around me. All I could hear was the wind, the frogs, and the tools in my hand. It was desolate to say the least. I suddenly felt really weak. It made me keenly aware of being in a place I didn't belong, and that I was preparing to escape. It was an oppressive atmosphere, like the bars of a cage were slowly swinging shut. What's this, Haruaki? Think you're going to get attacked or something? Stop! Stop! I tried to laugh it off, but it didn't work. As I became more conscious of my surroundings, I began to hear things I hadn't noticed before. Help. I heard a voice. Someone was singing? It was an inarticulate little girl's voice. Alright, hold on. Someone said something about singing in the comments. Before I do this, let me see if anybody looks like a little girl in like the sound that I can like turn their volume up. Gosh, I have no idea. I feel like I've met maybe this. Are you a little girl? I don't know. I also have I met who is this other one way up here? You're not like a little girl, but okay, you know what? I'm gonna keep them on just in case one of them happens to be this little girl that's singing. I stopped my work. Before I knew it, I put my tools down and gone looking for the source. Was I that starved for human presence? Or did the malaise make me feel like I was in danger? Help. I walked. Down the hill. To where the song came from. Passing the tall grass. I arrived.
「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」「いないさ」 いさ
Ooh. This is scary. This is a strange sight. Oh boy. The field was covered in tall grass. Also, while I was looking for background images to like incorporate into the thumbnail, I feel like this tree and like this area came up in like multiple different varieties of lighting, and I feel like it's probably important to the story. I don't know what the significance of it is, but seeing it in game is very eerie. There were countless rocks peeking out of it. Unlike the boulders all over Yasumizu, these were only up to my waist. They looked like gravestones. That jar hums along right with an array of bricks. Field extended into the dusky western sky before ending at a cliff. This was the lowest spot in Yasumizu, the border to Saranaga. There was a large pine right at the edge. The donut bologna rice snows on the mountain? What are you singing about? No. Why is it only singing now? Okay. I like the wind blowing. It helps for ambience. The evening sun, the stones, and the pine shadow gave the field a strange aura. A little girl was running through it. Her steps were awkward. At this moment, the space was alien. I felt like I was looking at a Giorgio de Chirico painting. The place felt like it didn't belong in this world. Suddenly, I came to understand this place was special. It was a sacred, mystical ground where no outsiders were welcome. The girl fell. Are you okay? I run with no hesitation. The little girl. Oh, it is you. Okay. All right. Well then, for right now, I've heard your creepy singing. I think I'm going to go back to muting you, if that's okay, because it's very creepy. But I'm glad I got to hear. No, why did you get turned on to low? I did not want you to do that. Or why did you get turned on from not low? All right, I'm gonna go back to this. Help up, half crying little girl, muddy clothes, new. Oh wait. Oh, do I get options? Is that what this is? No, half crying little girl, muddy clothes, new grays on the ground to cover kneecap. What is this? I console little girl, push away, run. Someone? What is this line of text? I'm so confused. Appears, girl saw once me. Prepare for the feast where the evening mists arrive. Girl weave incomprehensible phrase, hide behind little girl, fear and hostility eyes. Why is it dialogue like this? What did I do? Run. Girl hug little girl, warn me? Probably won't make it, but run. Me girl behind mist. Mist, me girl behind mist. Mist, me girl behind mist. If I turn around and I have just summoned a devil, I swear I'm gonna be so mad at this game. Me, turn around, run. Where? Oh, this is so creepy. In a daze, I came back to the plaza. Suddenly, Chimmy shook me, bringing me back to my senses. Where were you? Sorry, I'll finish the job now. It's too late, you idiot. You won't make it in time. You gotta hide. I've gotta hide? I couldn't understand what she was getting at. What are you doing? Go to your room right now. But Haruaki-sen's... Forget the outsider. Old man Kanzo and I checked the other places. Stop wasting time and go back to yours. I couldn't understand. What were these two doing? What scared them so much? Didn't take long for me to find out. Oh, I looked down the hill from Saranaga beyond the field I'd been in came a rising haze. It was so dense you could easily call it mist. Mist? It moved strangely like a living creature as it flowed into the plaza. Haruaki-san, over here. Chimmy pulled me by the hand. What's going on? My head feels like it weighs a ton. Deal with it. You've got to find a place you can lock the doors. You'll die if you don't. What do you mean? Tell me. Please don't ask questions. Just do as I say. Just this once. Albeit hesitantly, I did as she said. Oh my gosh. We ran up the hill and crossed the rice field path until we made it to a simple outhouse. This should be fine. Seriously, what's going on? And sure, that was a hell of a miss, but this won't protect me, right? Listen, there's no time to explain, so please just do what I say and only that. Get in there, lock yourself in, stay inside the whole night, and don't make a sound. My mind was pretty clear by this point, so much so that I began to wonder why it was clouded until now. Because of that, I could easily understand exactly what Shammy just said, despite how weird it was. I could also see she was really desperate. There's other keys to do something else other than hide in the outhouse. That is very interesting, but obviously, that is what we're going to do. But that is a moment in time that we'll have a choice, a different choice in the future. Now that's a hell of an order. Haruaki-san. So, pulling that off is pretty hard. When I do, I'd like a good reward and explanation. Sure, I'll tell you everything. So please survive the night. The words, the curious smile, none of it looked fake. So somebody's not surviving this night. Oh, it might be Chiemi. See you then. You gotta hurry, right? Yep, Haruaki-san. What? I'll tell you tomorrow. Leave me one hell of a homework assignment. Chiemi ran off. The plaza was covered in mist by now. I can see it rise and take over the fields too. Anyway, a promise was a promise. Oh boy. 10 minutes later, I began to wonder what I was doing. Was I really supposed to spend the night here? This outhouse wasn't like a prefab you'd find in construction sites. It was just a shack built by hand. It merely happened to have a toilet unit installed. It was Japanese style, so I couldn't even sit down. All I could do was stand. Another problem, it was the type of toilet that periodically had to be pumped empty, so the smell was really bad. Sure, there was a cover on the toilet unit, but without any kind of air freshener anywhere, the smell of ammonia could only do so much. The only good thing about being here was that if I had to go to the toilet, well, mission complete. But what of it? Again, was I really supposed to spend the night here? The question quickly made me realize how stupid this was, and I began making assumptions to make this easier for myself. Was I being pranked, or was everyone here just crazy? You think this is a prank? Did you not hear the desperation in her voice? I don't even have the voices turned on. I heard the desperation in her voice. Like, did you not see the mist? The creepy tree? The girls? There's so many things at play here. How the mist had already filled the surroundings, and there was no way that the shabby outhouse protected me from it. The air here already felt misty and damp. The temperature here was low, so I could still bear it somewhat, but staying here all night would make me all wet. Again, I wasn't safe from the mist here. That considered, I'd probably be better off sleeping in the grass outside than staying here. What are you doing? The reasonable part of my mind urged me to stop playing along with these hicks. However, get in there, lock yourself in, stay inside the whole night, and don't make a sound. Sure, I'll tell you everything. Please survive the night. My sense of duty made it hard for me to break the promise I made to her. I feel like your logical side to being like, why is she saying survive the night like that? Actually, that wasn't quite true. I was more intrigued by the prospect of learning more about this place. Oh, anyway, I took the time to compile what I found today. This was the Yasumizu settlement, a special part of Fujiyoshi. It was situated right next to the Saranaga Rapids. The people living here were something else. Chiemi Serizawa, Yasunaga Oribe, his family, Kaori Oribe, and Yoshitsugu Oribe, Chikamochi Kamoshida, Haru Makishima, her granddad, Kanzo Makishima, Tai Yamawaki, Takumi Muro, Kiyonosuke Nosato. It seemed like he was from Kami Fujiyoshi, the place on the other side of the mountain, but for some reason he lived here now. And finally, the old man who cried wolf. Those were the 11 people I'd met, and Chiemi said I had 2 more left. Okay, so there are 13 people that are not counting me. That could only mean that the 2 I'd met by that pine were the ones. Oh, the 2 girls. A little girl, she was probably the child that strayed to Saranaga yesterday morning. Oh, that makes sense. And then there was a fantastical looking white-haired woman clad in strange clothing. She was probably the one I'd seen in the morning. Oh, the red eyes. The fact that I'd seen her twice made it likely that she was indeed real. But how mysterious this place was, I couldn't rule out the possibility that she was an illusion. According to Chiemi, the little girl was looked after by someone in the village, so I could only assume the white-haired woman was the one. If I counted the little girl, it would mean that Yasumizu had 13 inhabitants. Then there were the 2 journalists, Hisaku Mamiya and Yudai Hashimoto. Add me to that, and you have a total of 3 outsiders, but I'd put that aside for now. Anyway, time for an assessment. Yesterday morning, a little girl strayed into Saranaga. To make it worse, no one, not even herself, knew anything about her. She instantly got branded as an ill omen. The next day, Chiemi, who was in Saranaga for some reason, found me there. They recognized me as a proper lost person, but since I came through Saranaga, I was also branded as an ill omen. From what Kiyonosuke Nosato, she said, it was safe to assume that it used to be customary to throw people like us into Saranaga. And then there was the mist. The girl said something mysterious, prepare for the feast when the evening mists arrive. I can only assume it was related to the same superstitions. After all, the mist came from Saranaga itself. It and the river seem to be central to the local customs and ideas. With that in mind, how was it dangerous? What was going to happen now? Yomi B2, as in people from Yomi, the ancient Japanese land of the dead? Dead people came back to Saranaga and they were corrupted. Well, that gave room for some wild ideas. Was there some sort of pathogen in Saranaga that rose up with the mists? Did it turn people into zombies? Was I about to be a part of a Japanese Resident Evil? Wait, that was already Japanese. What if you had a 10% chance to be infected by the mist, but a 100% chance to be infected by another person? That explained why everyone had to isolate themselves like this. If I became a zombie, I probably wouldn't have to... I probably wouldn't have the mind to unlock the door. But basically, by locking myself in here, I was quarantining myself. I didn't put all that much thought into that, but that seemed like a good story. Sure, stuff like the boulders and the wolves didn't fit anywhere into my idea, but it was still interesting. Then again, I knew this was Hexville and all, but would a superstition that science could explain so easily really survive the modern world? It seems so weird. Get in there, lock yourself, stay in there the whole night, and don't make a sound. Okay, I don't know at what point the night is going to end, but I think I'm going to cut it off here because as soon as we wake up, I feel like some stuff's going to happen, and we're going to get into the real meat and potatoes of this game. I'm hooked now. This is so cool. I'm very interested to see what is going to happen. My guess is that somebody's going to die, and I don't know if we're just going to have to keep learning the mystery. I know there's time loop shenanigans, so I wonder when that time loop starts to take place, and then how we navigate it. Oh, this is super interesting. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, but I will see you all next time. I hope you are enjoying and looking forward to more. I know I am, but I will see you next time. So till then, peace out.